Hi, everybody. It's 8:38 on Thursday, I do believe. Nope, it's Wednesday, the 17th. Jumped a day. So I just want to bring something to light, and I think it's very important. This is showing a loaded bridge with people marching. It's a candlelight vigil for Charlie Kirk, right? So I even seen one person at the corner. I think she's the only one in town that put up a sign about Charlie Kirk, and then there's videos out there of people saying, "I'm Charlie Kirk," and another person would say, "I'm Charlie Kirk." So what I'm trying to say here is there's a there's a thing going on here where people are standing up, right? But they're like worshiping Charlie. They're putting him as an idol, and it reminds me of when you like Hindu, how they make these big huge statues, and they are like, I think over in certain other areas or South America, they have Mother Mary, they have a big statue, and they have a big statue of Jesus, and they parade him around to the kind of like thing. But the thing about it is imagine God, our creator, up above, looking down at this. I mean, and then of course there's lots of people flooding to the church and everything. The church is all over, and that's great and everything. But one thing that no one is picking up on is how they stand for Charlie. Now, what did Charlie stand for? Charlie standing for family values, keeping the father in the home, going to church, or getting with God, I should say. I don't know if he mentioned anything about going to church. He was about bringing out what's going on with the radical left. He was bringing out what women are, how people are denying it. In my perspective, Charlie was pretty much trying to get things back on track, getting people to think, getting people to challenge the system, getting people to debate each other without hating each other, but carrying a conversation, trying to get people to open up, which he did. Because that's why, I think this whole thing went down since, what was it, a couple of months ago or last month, they said 2.1 Democrats left their party, and some went independent and some went to the Republican side. So there's this whole thing that shows is being played out. And then, for those, because there's so many of them that can't see that this was kind of staged. Yesterday, I put up a video. Let's see if I can find it on my shorts, because I seen it on Facebook. I put the guy's link. It's right here. Just let's see. Is there no volume?
Hi, everybody.
Oh, there it is. So it's on this guy's channel, and I put the link in the description. But this is what Charlie Kirk's wife looks like now. And I didn't see the eyes that kind of looked reptilian. I thought they were kind of interesting. And that's what she looked like before. Imagine how she looks older there, and then all of a sudden her face, I mean, it's just completely different. There's something different about these two women. And then remember when she was going down and praying on Charlie's hands in the casket? His hands didn't have veins. I mean, look at my hands. I've had lots of relatives that passed away, and you can still see the colors in their hands. Like, I'm 60 years old, and you can see from my hands that I'm actually like 60 years old, right? But not having hands as puppet hands. And when I say puppet hands, when you look at iPet Goat, let's try to go there. If the system doesn't slow down, which it has been. I've noticed the last week, the internet. Oh, I put snow. iPad snow. Let's see if that will come up. Now, I want to show you at the beginning here. Turn the music off because I think it's kind of trippy, the music. Okay, let's get past that. I want to get to this part. Oops, let's go back a little bit. Puppets. It's like they're putting on a show. And then, of course, there's an S on that ring. And then how her eyes look. And look at the color of these hands. There's a picture of one of the Kardashian sisters getting in her car, and she's about ready to close her door. And she's taking a Photoshop, and her hands look something like that. And they're just an off grayish green color. It's just really trippy. And then we see how even the mother, oh, what's going on with my screen? The mother Kardashian, how she looks like really super young, just like Charlie Kirk's wife does now. It's kind of like they did some type of serious reverse aging, which again is something that we need to note. But what I'm bringing up into the world for the world to see is that it's all a show. It's a puppet show. And people are leaving me comments telling me, this is all satanic. You don't need to be focused on that. You need to get back to the Bible. So in other words, people that do that, talk like that, are saying, get back to Scripture. And they'll give me a verse and then tell me, but we all know that in Scripture, you can't just give one verse because that verse belongs to the whole paragraph, the whole chapter of that verse, the context of it. And plus, it's like the Jews over there where they have that little black box and they put on their forehead on their hat, right? So they got their hat on, they got this little black box on their forehead. I don't know, it's probably a little cardboard box or something. And then you got the Muslims that bow down to that big, huge platform thing, that big black box, and it has all those circles around. So they get in a big circle around this big black box. Big black box, right? It's so interesting because I got to really looking at this and how everybody's standing up and rising up over Charlie. Well, some of us can see how, through things, how things aren't adding up. And then the 33, which we know is part of the Freemason. And then I think the name Charlie, I think it was Charlie and his wife's maiden name, both represent free man. Well, if you look at or freedom, I think freedom, or no, free man. That's it. It's free man. And some of them say freedom. Let's see. Let's look that up. Excuse me. I've been talking so much the last couple of days, and plus the weather's been kind of changing. Being hot and rainy the next day kind of does Charlie mean free man? Oops. Do you mean free man? Yes, Charlie means free man, Freemason, free man, free thinker. A free thinker is something that I am, to where I've got my Bible, I've studied it, I looked at it, I've seen the symbolism, I've had the encounters with God, I've been at His feet, he showed me the things that I was working on. And then at the end, the last time that I seen him on October 19, 2020, he said he'd meet me on the second plane. So just for those that are telling me to get back to God and all this stuff, I've already been with God. I am with God still to this day. I even have images and stuff that I've been showing everybody. Let's see if I can pull this up of my face and what's pulling out of my eyes. And if I can get my screen to move a little bit faster. Hello. Oh, it's seriously slow today. Come on. Time is wasting. Like this image right here, you can see this person right here. You can see like a disc thing. So even when I was with God and when he touched me, it's like all these, with the next year, all these images started coming out on my face. Let me get back to showing you last month's, because that was even better. I love that one because you can see in my eyes oh my goodness, come on. What is going on with this? So let me close some of these tabs. Maybe that's it. Okay, so go to, come on, 8, the 8th month, and then we'll go down here to the images in my eyes. Come on. Open. Somebody tried to, okay, so it was last week. There was a security breach on my email account and my YouTube account. It starts on my YouTube all the time. And I had to sign in, then it said a security breach. Come on, open up. And so I had to go and rechange my password. And then it did it last night too. It logged me out and stuff. Oh my gosh. This thing is taking forever. Let me close this window. Sorry guys, I didn't realize it was going to take this long. Either that or I'm just impatient. But it seems like it's taking rather long here. Oh, that's because there's multiple images opening up. What the heck? So this right here, you see this lens right here, this square lens? It goes right here, over and up. So in both my eyes, in August of 2022, this lens started forming in my eyes. And then there's images. It's like you can see that guy's face right there. Clearly right there. It's such a trip, right? Let's see if we can look at another one this is the same eye. You can see the guy's face right there. And you can see, look at my eyes were blue, but look at the different things happening in my eyes. Okay, let's go to, where is one? Maybe it's this one. Yeah, this one. This is my left eye. You see that guy right there? You see that guy right there? These faces? It's so interesting. This is why I'm telling you guys that, ever since I've been at God's feet, and then he said he'd meet me on the second plane. So I was thinking, maybe that's heaven is the second plane after my life experience, is kind of done, but you can see things are happening with my eyes. And I also want to show you, let's see here, where is my face? Some good ones that I did already highlighted with my face. Let's pull this one up. Is that a good one? This one was back. Oh, I don't even have this one kind of, but you can see from the view that these different images. That's probably not a good one to show you. You can see like here all these images coming out of my face. Now let's go to this one, the current month. That's me being goofy. It's really bothering how my computer is just so slow. I must have to delete some of these images. Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys can see from these, but I have a bunch of videos online uploaded, ones with contrast. Not sure how well you can see that. You probably can't see that very well. Because I can't see it very well. That's kind of like why I highlighted some of these and put them in different colors of lighting. So that really, something different going on here. But anyway, so there's something going on because it's coming out in my eyes as well. It's like that kid on iPad Go 2, or yeah, where all these symbolisms are coming out in the eyes. I thought that was very interesting too. Let's see. Back over, let's stop that. Let's look at downloads. Because I've got many back in the day from my eyes. This one right here. This was back in 22. September 15th. This is when things started happening in my eyes. I noticed in August. And so I looked in my eyes and doesn't this look like a bird or something? But anyway, I just want to give you a heads up that I can see, remembering Charlie Kirk and stuff, but I think people are forgetting the message. And think about it. How many people in the world are actually marching for God right now? And they should be marching for God and praising God, but they're marching for Charlie Kirk. So that means all that energy, it's like going to a concert and having the person up there singing that has all these symbolisms, flashing at you from behind them, and they're singing this kind of witchcraft voodoo stuff out to the crowd, and they're cheering and throwing all their energy at them. So it's like saying they're feeding all their energy to Charlie, and then we don't even know if he's really gone or if this is just a play or all a scripted act from certain parties like the Freemasons, the Free Man. And we've also seen Charlie in many videos going like this. We've seen at his table, he had 3 rows of 47, which 4 plus 7 is 11. So 11, 11, 11 is 33. They found his shooter 33 hours later. So for me, I'm thinking what the world stage, what they're trying to tell us is for the people, or they could probably talking to each other through the system of the Freemason system play. But the rest of us, the rest of the people, they're not thinking, they're not seeing this. They can't see this colored skin, kind of reptilian looking skin that's controlling them. And the thing about that is from my perspective, or what I sense, is that these beings are harvesting the energy from the people. It's like they're sucking it up from the people and draining them. So anyway, from my perspective, I think we should be worshiping God and looking for God inside us, because the true church is in our DNA. It's in our system. It's built in to our body. Jesus is our heart, and Father sits up in our temple mind. So let's go here to this guy, and maybe I can show you. Father sits up here in the third temple, the third eye, the third temple built, right? And then Father sits up here at the Last Supper table in the temple mind, the temple that was built during creation, and Jesus is the heart. Don't look at the arms. So you got, my Father and I are one. So his Father is sitting on top of one. So look at the torso. You got from the hips up is a square, is a box. Interesting, right? So, and how they show you a lot of times on the TVs, the old TV screens, way back in the day, where they were just this square box, a television, like I've told my visions that I had with God on my channel just recently, yesterday. So I'm telling a vision. They're telling a vision, but their vision, they're telling you a vision. They're telling you what to think. They're telling you how to act. They're programming you. They're playing you as puppets. So again, we've got to get back to God, our heart, right? So our Father, it's kind of like saying our us and Father are one. Right? Because without this, this won't work. Without this won't work. So my Father and I are one. Okay, I've been talking. I don't want to talk too long because the video will only go so far in clip. But also, I want to give you guys another perspective. Do you know what a terrarium is? It's like this jar, and it holds plant life and ecosystems, and it sustains its own water system for like long periods of time, some for hundreds of years. It can just last. Now picture Earth. You've got, now I don't want to say flat Earth, but it's like the bottom of this jar, which has a dome over it, but at the dome, the top part of it is the exit door, like Polaris or something like that. So it's like a genie in the bottle. You pull the cap off for the people to escape, right? It goes up to heaven, because heaven sits on top. It's like heaven sitting up on top, the footstool. God has his foot on the footstool. So the footstool could be like a cork on top of the bottle. And so everybody's inside, trapped. And the only way to get out of the bottle, because God sees everything that's going on and what we're learning and experiencing and everything. So the only way to get out is to have life experience, to learn, to have a personal relationship with God. It's not remembering every scripture in the Holy Book. It's looking outside the book, looking outside the box. Look at this. This looks like a book, right? It's in the shape of a book. It's in the shape of a book. Now, look at the Holy Bible. It's in the shape of a book or a box. like those people that are over in other countries worshiping boxes or worshiping idols that they're making. Even in the Christian church, in the Catholic church, they have nothing but idols and stuff. And they do all these kind of altar and then sacrificing. That's another thing, is sacrificing a cow. They're sacrificing a life, an animal still, when Jesus already sacrificed everything for us. So there'll be no more bloodshed, none of that. And the people are still doing it. And the people are still following Israel's ways of doing that, when that's not what it's about. And then when you look at Israel, the name Israel, iron, staff, radiant, which is number 88 on the periodic table. That's why I said that everybody had to look outside, to seek outside. So you have to look at the periodic table, which is 88. And El is God's name, El Shaddai, which is the Alpha, the first letter of the Hebrew. So, or electric. So now you got the iron staff, radiant, electric. So the radiant would probably, you got the iron staff, so that's the rod. So in Psalms 23, you are my rod and staff. So notice Trump has 88 and his text message. So 88 is raw or radiant, and then he's got a zero. So this is Trump's text number. So radiant, 88. The O is representing the crown, like a king. And then 22, the 22nd letter in Hebrew is Chi. Chi means fire. Fire, radiant, like the sun. I hope that. And the X also represents keys, chi and keys. So it's like two keys laid against each other. So he holds the two keys. It's very interesting how we look at things here. And in Genesis, genes, XY for man, XX female, IS is iron staff, our blood DNA, iron staff, radiant, electric. So that's what I'm trying to get people to look at. Look inside yourself. God resides in us. We have a beacon right here that it's like radiates all of our thoughts and everything. And that's how God knows everything that's happening. It's kind of like saying our forehead is a projector, and it's also, it's kind of like a projector of our thoughts. Anyway, have a great day, everybody.